What? Somebody's going to put their recorder right on my stash.
Am I just supposed to start talking?
If you want to.
I've never been here, obviously, so I wanted to make sure that I followed the appropriate protocol. Thought we were much better this game than we have been in the previous four from a defensive perspective. And obviously, when we're able to get consecutive stops, we're able to score much better playing downhill than we are taking the ball out of the net. I think that the thing that was best for us, and we spent a lot of time on it, St. John set 88 ball screens on us at Marquette when we played. And then yesterday against Georgetown, they set 55 ball screens. And so it was paramount for us to have a chance to win from a team defensive standpoint, that we would have to guard their ball screens. And then once the shot goes up, they were leading in conference play. They were averaging 37 rebounds a game. And so we had to block out and make sure that we secured the defensive rebound in order to finish the possession. And we were able to do that at a very efficient and high rate. Particularly in the first half, they shot 13%, and then in the second half, there were some breakdowns for us, not only on out-of-bounds plays, but in half-court situations. But in general, we were much, much better defensively. We're not the same team when Rel's not playing, and that's the first time in a long time that he's picked up 2 fouls that early. But I thought that the guys that Kubion was big for us the last 10 minutes of the first half, and then all of the other guys were able to step up and play around him. So we're thankful for the victory, and we know that we'll play the Coach of the Year, the Most Improved Player of the Year, the Sixth-Man Player of the Year in the Big East tomorrow. And the last time we played them, they shot 73% in the last half that we played them. So we'll have our hands full.
Questions, please, in the middle.
Buzz, you stressed defense so much throughout the season. Was the first half perfect defense?
They scored 3 baskets, so it was relatively close. We did a much, much better job. And it's not that we haven't been working on it. I think that Dominique definitely changed us defensively because we're able to put so much pressure on the ball and keep the ball high on the floor. And I think that each game Maurice has gotten better, as have the rest of our guys. Because we're so deficient inside, we've got to keep the ball as high on the floor as we can, and we were able to do that. They had 7 offensive rebounds in the first half, but only one of them translated into a putback. And that was less than a minute to go in the half. And then the other thing where we've struggled over the last 4 games is we've been giving up an average of 19.5 points in transition. And for the game, they only got 7. And so that definitely helps. And that'll be the story of tomorrow's game in regards to how many points we can give up or not give up in transition.
In front, Todd.
Raul and Wes, what are this comes from your site, give back in the left-hand side of the column?
It feels good. I mean, we were never down on ourselves as a team, with the 4 straight losses. Because, in 3 of them, we were up. We had the lead in the second half. At Louisville, we were within a 1-possession game the whole time. So we were never completely down, never completely out of it. We just knew if we just kept fighting, kept working, the tide was going to turn, the ball was going to bounce our way, and we're going to get that break. And that's what we did tonight. We had two great practices, focusing on defense, and we really showed it. And it just feels good to, for the work to pay off.
Right here in front.
Is this game an indication that you've adjusted now to the loss of Dominic James, both strategically and psychologically?
That's probably the best question I've had in a long time. I think it's probably something that you progress through possession by possession. And I agree with Wes, not to stand up for one of our players, but I really don't feel, and I mean this genuinely, we've lost the last 4 games, but I don't think that it's been because they weren't confident in what we were doing. They were confident. We had won 23 games and we're 12-2 up until that point, and we do the same thing. It's Groundhog Day every day at practice, so they know what we're doing. I think that there is the result is the efficiency on both ends, and I think we were much more efficient in our possessions defensively and offensively, and I think that that's continued to get better. We weren't getting whipped from start to finish in any of the previous 4 games, but there were sections of those games where we weren't efficient on either end, and I think they've continued to get better each of those games, and then I think that today we were much better overall from start to finish, and so I hope that it continues to trend in that direction for sure.
What do the players think about adjusting to the loss?
Like Coach said, I mean, it's a process. And Mo's been playing better every game, and Jimmy's been playing well every game. And we just got to make sure, along with Czar, that we're just doing the same thing that got us the 23 wins that we had. And it's like Coach said, putting together, full possessions. We were never out of any game. We just got to make sure that we play a full 40 minutes, and I think that's what we're learning to adjust to.
Todd in front.
You want Rel to talk? You're going to have to specifically ask Rel to talk. When you say players, Wes is going to talk. So you got to say Rel. Go ahead, Rel. He wants to know. He asked the best question. Answer it.
Okay. I mean, just going off what Wes said. I mean, when you got somebody like Dominique, who's just such a vital part to our team as he is, it's hard to replace. But like he said, Mo's been doing a real good job just stepping up and filling the role, and he's been getting better each and every day in practice and with each and every game. And, just as far as the team standpoint, you can't make up a loss with somebody that's that important to your team with just one or two guys stepping up. I think everybody got to step up a little bit gradually. So,
The one thing I would say, and then I'll let Todd ask a question, is it was partly Dominique in that he had started 127 games. And 127 games in, prior to his injury, there were built-in decisions that we didn't ever have to talk about because they're built in. And that's not just on offense, that's on defense. And these are our two best players. And because of their character, they wanted to absorb as much of Dominique's loss as they could. And as I've told both of those guys, I told Wes this the other day, I understand that they want to absorb it. But when they try to become what Dominique was to us, then we lose what Wes and Rel is to us. And so they've got to go one step towards Dominique, but they can't go 9 steps towards Dominique because then we lose who Wes and Rel are on both ends of the floor. And so within those built-in decisions, those decisions now become the responsibility not just specifically to Mo, but they become the responsibility of everybody, and that includes me. And that's why 10 days, when Dominique got hurt, there were 10 days left in the regular season. And so from a practice standpoint, all of us had to figure out from a responsibility perspective how we could shoulder more, because it wasn't Dominique's points. He was, field goal percentage-wise, he was the worst player on our team. He wasn't shooting a lot from the free throw line, but it was what he gave us. He created a lot of opportunities for these guys to score. His pressure created a lot of opportunities for us in transition. So it's not all just Mo. It's not all just Rel or Wes. It's Buzz and the assistants, and it's everybody. And I think we've continued to get better, and we've been accountable, even though our record says we're 1-4.
Over here on the right, Brian.
Jimmy's been outstanding, absolutely superb. He may be as smart as Rel and Wes as players, even though he's only a sophomore. And we put him in about as many different positions as we put Wes. His rebounding has continued to change us on both ends of the floor. And, a lot of his points he scores on offensive rebounds or he gets fouled. So any points he gives us is a bonus. But he's gotten a lot better defensively. He's very intelligent on both sides of the ball. For Villanova, to answer that part of the question, we better get back in transition or they'll score 100 like they did the last time we played them. And if they score 100, that probably means they're going to shoot a very high percentage, which is why they shot 72% in the second half. In the first half, we were up 9 at the 8-minute media timeout, and we were guarding them. And then it got completely away from us in the second half, and we were out of character offensively, but more so we were out of character defensively. I'm not sure how many threes they made. I'm sure you can figure that out before you write your story, but they absolutely whipped us more so than any other team in our league.
Over here on the right.